Hello, guys and dolls. How are you? I am Officer Tranquility now. Pull over. Give me your driver's license. Registration. Let's go. Quick. I'm not playing. I'm an officer of the law. So let's do a true crime story, shall we, on Halloween night? Why not? All right. So there was a woman by the name of Valerie Cincinnati, and she's in the Long Island area. She was a decorated police officer. This is a true story, in case you forgot that part. It's a true story. Decorated police officer. She has gotten police officer of the year on more than one occasion. Attractive. He thought she was attractive. And they started seeing each other. Well, he was in a world of hurt and he didn't know, but he found out. So what happened was they got together and they've been seeing each other for a while, and she ends up getting pregnant, which is all part of the plan. It's all part of the plan. Because once someone has a kid with you, if they're manipulating you, they have control over you if you love your child. If you don't love your child, then that person doesn't have any control over you at all. But most people do love their kids. So they were fighting more and more and arguing more and more. When she didn't get her way, she would incite arguments that would escalate, and then she would call the cops on him. And because she's a cop, they automatically believed her and would arrest him. This happened on more than one occasion. And she worked for the domestic violence unit. So she knew exactly what to say and what to do to get him arrested. So then she did this on multiple occasions. And what does he end up doing? He ends up marrying her, which is not really bright. And let me backtrack a little bit. When she first met the family, his family, she picked a massive fight with his female cousin. Almost like she was jealous or something, and went off on her in front of the whole family. That should have been his clue, but it wasn't. It just wasn't. I don't know why, but it wasn't his clue. It should have been your first wake-up call. It wasn't. People try to act like a nice person when they meet your family. Well, she wasn't gonna be a nice person. She's gonna be the person that she really is. And he, like I said, he married her. I don't know what he was thinking. I don't. So anyway, they got married, and after they get married, her uncle tells him, run. That's kind of too late. They got married. Why would you tell them that? Why would you tell him that after he gets married to her? That doesn't make any sense. Not that he would have listened, because he was too far gone to see any evidence or take anything seriously. He was just not seeing or hearing anything. I don't know what his problem is. So they got married and things got worse, and he got arrested again because they had a huge fight. And she said he did this and that, and he didn't, and he got arrested anyway. And it just escalated to the point where he knows at this point that he needs to file for divorce. She got a restraining order on him. He couldn't see his son. The whole bit. Turned her daughter from a previous relationship, turned her against him also. Do y'all see why, especially men, you see why I tell you stop tripping off of how good looking somebody is? Because you could be marrying the devil. You could be getting involved with the devil. You could be having a kid with the devil. This is not something you want to sign up for, regardless of how hot they make you. You better use your brain. Okay? Not just your dingling and not just your heart. Use your brain. So, anyway, they go to divorce and this and that, and his lawyer basically said to her, here's what we got going on the table. This is what we want to, he wants to settle for this. And she said, I'm not going for that. He said, well, I'll tell you what, you either settle for that or we're going to go for everything. Your retirement, your pension, whatever. We're going to go for everything. And so she decided, Miss Decorated Cop, Miss Lovely Lady, Miss Beautiful, she decided to do something that was extremely horrible. So the FBI knocked on his door one day and they said, your estranged wife is trying to put a hit on you and we need to fake your death right now. He's like, what? We have to go now to fake your death. Let's go. So they faked his death, made it look like, he had a real terrible car accident. They put broken glass all over him and blood and all the whole bit. And of course, the cops told her, we hate to tell you this, but your husband has passed away, blah, blah, blah. And of course, Academy Award, oh my God, and she's just so full of crap. But she did a good acting job. She really did. Anyway, she did serve some time, but she didn't serve for conspiracy to commit murder because she said the money was a loan. And they didn't have enough evidence to the contrary. I'm looking at something here. Let's see. There we go. That's better. Ooh, it's too bright. No. Let's not go that bright. Okay, that's good. Yeah, she didn't serve for a conspiracy to commit murder. She did not. Because she's a cop, right? So she knows what they're going to be looking for. So bear with me. Come on, let's go. Go, Marks, get set, go. Her husband was Isaiah Carvalho, worked with the FBI to stage his own death, leading to Cincinnati's arrest. She obviously resigned from the NYPD, for obvious reasons, because you're a wackadoo. She passed the psychologically, she passed the psych eval test or whatever. She asked her boyfriend, and she was cheating on him, by the way, which is very, get out of my face, very narcissistic. They always have lovers because they get bored. Okay, so she was suspended without pay after her arrest and resigned from the PD in March, whatever year this was. And they're trying to force me to pay for something, and I'm not going to pay for shit. So get out of my face. Let me go to a different article. Get the hell out of here. I'm not paying for that. I can get it for free on here, so get lost. Okay, so let's go to the New York Post. They don't usually make you pay for something to read the goddamn article. So she told her boyfriend, my husband's beating me. He's terrible. He's just a terrible person. Oh my God. He's just, I can't handle his brutality, all of which was a lie. And when a woman is given sex to a man so good, he believes everything that comes out of her mouth. If he's a sucker, if he's a player, he's not going to fall for that. But if he's a sucker, he will. And they know how to choose suckers. So, he's beating me and and try to get her boyfriend to kill him. Okay, so Isaiah Carvalho said Jr. says he still lives in fear, even though she was sentenced to 4 years in prison as part of her plea deal in an alleged murder for hire scheme. This was in 2019. There's not a day that goes by that I'm not afraid for my life, he said. He was shocked to learn that the woman he was married to for 5 years and had a son with was planning to end his life. I thought I was marrying someone who swore to protect and serve, a cop. Instead, I got a crazed lunatic. John Deruba was her. She tried to pay him $7,000. She did pay him $7,000. And when she was questioned about that, she said that it was a loan. It was not a loan. But they didn't have any evidence to prove anything else. They didn't have a video of her, or a video and audio of her with the conversation, which is what they normally do. So they kind of fell asleep behind the 8 ball with that one. Didn't have any evidence of her doing that. Didn't have any evidence of her exchanging money, for the hit. How much would I owe you to do it? You owe me X amount of dollars. Well, this is what you pay up front, and then when it's done, this you pay me. Blah blah blah. There was none of that is evidentiary. There's no video that would serve as evidentiary proof. So she basically didn't serve hardly any time at all, which is like totally crazy. What is this? Get out of here, God! I am so sick and tired of advertisements. I cannot begin to tell you how sick I am of that. So tired. We're going to shove it in your face and you're going to get over it. Yeah, okay. Tell me how that works for you. Get the fuck off this page, you asshole. So anyway, her boyfriend and husband, estranged husband, actually joined forces to work with law enforcement to nail her. Let me see here. She really thought she'd get away with it. Naturally, they were fighting all the time and all this other stuff, and she was verbally abusive, the whole bit. So she only served 5 years, I think. Is that what they said? They couldn't get her for more because, like I said, they didn't have enough evidence on her. But see, her career choice was perfect. I'm going to hide behind law enforcement. I'm going to, quotation mark, serve and protect. She wasn't serving anyone but herself. And they know how to sniff out good men. They know how to sniff them out. They do. They just know. I don't know. They can just choose good men. And he chose a narcissistic psychopath. He called her a lunatic, and that would be exactly right. That would be exactly right. So anyway, that's the story there. It's just, it just blows your mind how, certain types of sickos will choose certain careers. Like child molesters will become, Boy Scout leaders or Girl Scout leaders, and school bus drivers, and, priests. Did I go there? Yes, I freaking did. Certain careers would choose, certain criminals will choose certain careers in which they could have access to the people that they want to target, that they are hunting for. All right. So yeah, if you want to look it up, it's Valerie Constancelli, I believe is how you say her name. And she was out in Long Island. And her husband was Isaiah, Isaiah Carvalho, Carvalho. And her name is Cincinelli, Valerie Cincinelli. Cincinelli. So you can kind of look it up and see more about that case. But yeah, you cannot fall for good looks. There got to be a lot more to it than that. A lot more to it than that. All right. So anyway, I am tired. My son Milo, he's still not healed yet. He's getting, he's making tiny progress, not enough. We need to get the show on the road. So what I did today was, I got him some disposable diapers, doggy diapers, and I'll change them twice a day. I will put the antibacterial spray on twice a day. And he is out of his antibiotic medicine. He took all of those, which it could still work because it's still in his system. So even though he took the last 2 pills today, it's still in his system and it'll still be doing the job. And you can't, whether it's for your pet or it's for yourself, if you take an antibiotic, they tell you to take the entire dose, like take all the pills, because you could stop taking that and it could come back worse. You start to feel better. Well, I don't need the rest of these pills, and the bacteria will come back a lot worse. And so you need to take every single pill. And I made sure he took every single pill. His doctor is wonderful. I take pictures of it every day and show it to her so she can watch his progress, which is amazing that she's doing that. That's pretty amazing. I'm impressed with that, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's still, it's slow in healing. So, yeah, that's a story there. So I gotta tell you something funny. So last night, right? Or was it last night? Yeah. Or Saturday night. I went to the club, and I had a really good time. And I was dancing and doing y'all saw me on video. Hey, 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 doing my thing, right? Well, so this guy asked me if I was single, and that's kind of odd because nobody's ever asked me that before. I guess they assume that you are. So I kind of didn't know what to say. I was kind of thrown because no one, like I said, no one's ever asked me that before. So he goes, "Are you single?" And I said, "Yeah." At first I go, "Yeah," but I hesitated. No one's. I don't know if they don't care if you're single, or I don't know. But anyway, so what happened was he gave me his we exchanged numbers. Well, he gave me, or let's see, how did it go? He saved his number in my phone. And then he said, "Call me." So he wanted me to call him right then. So he would have my number as well. And then he ghosted me. I haven't heard him since. And this is the third time that this has happened. So I guess that's a thing where people ask you out and then they ghost you. I guess that's a new thing. I don't know. It's weird. Well, he didn't even ask me out. He just asked me for my number. But it's just strange how people go missing after they supposedly show interest in you. So, I'm at the point where I don't take anybody seriously because actions speak louder than words, and you could say anything out of your mouth and not prove anything through your actions. So you have to go by actions. You cannot go by fluffy words or fluffy intents. People have an intent to do whatever. You got to see proof of that. You can't go by they led you to believe certain things, because that's probably a load of crap. So you just get to the point where you take nobody seriously. You just don't. You're just like, yeah, whatever. So, and I like tall men. He's really tall. He's probably every bit of 6'4", 6'5". I'm not kidding. I love tall men because I'm tall, and the majority of guys are not my height. They're like maybe 5'9". 5'10" is really pushing it. They're usually not. They're usually 5'9" and below. So I don't know how tall women find tall men because they're so few and far in between. They're just not out there. Every guy is pretty much little. I'm not being funny, but they are. So it's kind of weird. But anyway, like I said, I take everybody with a grain of salt. I don't take them seriously. I just don't. I could care less. Whatever. And I have no hard feelings. I have no hard feelings against him or anything like that. When I see him, I don't have a problem giving him a hug or whatever. I'm just not going to get bent out of shape about it. I've already come to the realization. I'm playing with a pair of earrings. I know that's hard to imagine. I'm playing with some jewelry. I'm not, I'm used to, I don't know if you could say I'm used to being alone, but I'm not going to settle for anybody just to say that I've got somebody. I don't want my peace ruined. So I am in severe protective mode of my peace. I'm not going to allow some dumbass to come into my life because their parents messed their head up. And so now they're going to mess up everybody who they come across. We're not playing that game. I'm not playing that game with you no more. I'm done. So you can take that bullshit somewhere else. Take your dumb ass to therapy. And then once you get your head on straight, you can come talk to me. But chances are their head won't be on straight. And mental illness is running rampant. It's almost as bad as COVID, if not worse. And people don't take responsibility for their the way they behave. They just don't take responsibility. They don't care. They don't care. They see everybody as a toy to be played with. They see everybody as someone who's easy to manipulate. And the minute you are no longer easy to manipulate, they ditch you. Which I want you to ditch me in the beginning. Don't waste my freaking time, because once I find out you're a Looney Tunes, you're out of here anyway. So you might as well go with somebody else who don't know anything about mental illness, because I'm not having it. Get out of my face. Okay? I don't want my peace ruined. I do not want my peace ruined. I don't. So I'm going to protect it with everything I've got. So, anyway, that's the story there, and that's your Happy Halloween true crime story. But, yeah, so that's the story. This hat is so cool. Look at that. And I love sparkle, and this is sparkly. That's pretty neat. I have another one, but I like this one better. The other one's got like a poofing up here, and I don't know why it's super poofy on the top, but this one's not, so it's pretty neat. So anyway, I'm going to go serve and protect. Oh, so yeah, I'm going to tell you this quick story, then we go. So I went to a party, private party, Saturday evening, and it had drizzled all day. And I thought, really? I'm not going to get to swim today because it's freaking drizzling. Are you serious? I swam and hung out in the hot tub despite the rain. Hey, you're wet anyway, so what's the difference, right? What's the difference? Now, if it's lightning, that's a different story. That's a different story. But yeah, I got to hang out and swim in the warm swimming pool and in the hot tub. And I had a blast. I had a great time. So, I wasn't sure if I wanted to go. I'm like, I don't know. Plus, it's drizzling. It's dreary out. I don't know if I want to do this. And when I went, it was still on. You could swim in hot tub and do whatever you want to do. I am, by the way, Officer pat you down. Can y'all see that? Officer pat you down. That's me. I cannot begin to tell you. The party was a blast. It really was. I cannot begin to tell you when I was at the club the other night, Friday night. I cannot tell you how many people said, do your handcuffs actually work? Why does everybody want to be handcuffed? What's wrong with you? The freaks come out at night. The freaks come out. The freaks come out at night. Ain't that the truth? I am not kidding. If I had a $20 bill for every person who said, do your handcuffs work? You can put handcuffs on me anytime you want to. Yeah, I would have made bank that night if I had $20 every time somebody said that. Wow. Freaks. I actually do have real handcuffs when I was working security. They're actually Smith & Wesson handcuffs. Do I know where they're at? No, I don't. So I've got the ones that came with this outfit. So, and they're not nearly as nice, but whatever. So you guys take care. I hope you have you had a happy Halloween and a safe one. And y'all take care and be good, and see you next time. Bye-bye.